Can we give him one more round of applause, please? So we have a lot of amazing people here doing some phenomenal things. So support in every different aspect. So that's actually that's the goal. So every time I come back, again, it's to partner with all the individuals and organizations that's been embracing me and seeing how effective the methods I have or to create it works for their organizations and their businesses. Karen was talking to me, we were at the hub, what was that, last week, and I gave a presentation very spontaneously about culture development, because when I do advising for organizations and businesses, it's always in reference to culture development. Because as entrepreneurs, and even if you're running a major what we call it nonprofit, and I don't know, do they have nonprofits here? Are they called nonprofits? Nonprofits in corporate sector, you can get kind of distracted and not realize that the culture of the company is also very important. So even though you may focus on the business and the services, what actually attracts and also helps to maintain the talent that you have that you need. Also, like, how do you send out your emails when you have dinners and breakfasts? What is the first thing that you do? You know, the first thing that we do, like when we go into the office, it's very important that the staff compliment something on the person when they walk in. Whether is the janitor, the secretary, anybody from the staff. So it's like, oh, I love the sweater. Oh, I'll give a hug, because you don't know what that person has gone through before they got there. Like whether somebody probably try to hit the car, or maybe something at the home. But we always realize that the personal life also is connected to the entrepreneurship side. So when it comes to now that I've been here for quite some time and also embracing and learning about the Norwegian culture, a lot of entrepreneurs been saying that they're trying to go global. And so when you kind of start to research and look at different cultures, you also try to figure out, well, what is it about the culture that can hinder? It may be great locally or in your country, but if you're going to the next level, some things have to change for you to be able to transcend. And that's my word when I do a lot of advising, is how do you transcend all barriers when you're leading an organization or a group of people. At the hub, I spoke specifically and said one of the methods that I have is called PPC, which is positives, potentials, and concerns. So for the entrepreneurs here, I'm just going to give you a little brief piece, but when you have a meeting, no matter what dynamic it may be, whether it's with your team or whether it's with a client, it's your goal to know what the positive, the potentials, and the concerns are. So example, I think we had this talk before earlier. So with the positive, when you have, say for this event, after this event is over, the staff will say, well, what is the positives from this event? And we'll list every nook and cranny of it, right? Then the next thing will be the potentials. What did we tap on that we probably didn't go all the way into, but has potential to be a positive for us in our brand and the team development, even with the people that were coming here? That's the potential. Then the last thing is the concern. What didn't work? What was the concern? What hindered us from going to that next level or reaching that goal, whether it be a certain amount of people to be here or connecting with a certain individual, or someone wasn't satisfied? What is that concern? And your goal is to make sure that the next event or the next meeting that you have, that there's less concerns, less potentials, and more positives. So your potentials become your positives, the concerns are lowered. And even though maybe a simple method, a simple strategy, it works. We've been doing it for years now, and we watched tremendous growth with our businesses, our brand. Again, we started doing that before we started tapping into going global. When we started, we went from, we do book sales, it's we get a couple of hundred or whatever, but we went from, selling, 100 books here to 900 book copies to almost 10,000 to now, doing speaking engagement and things like that for a higher level, because of the fact that we noticed that there's certain things that we love that doesn't work for us. And so our goal is to kind of learn how to let it go. And so as individuals here, as you guys are mixing and mingling, be aware of who you're connected to, and also ask yourself when you leave, what am I doing that may be hindering me from going to the next level? Whether it's with your business going global or just kind of having a great rapport with other individuals. It's important. And also understand that you have a great culture. I embrace and love your culture. But also be aware that you have to make sure that you present yourself in the best possible way. It's so important. Because if you can't pitch yourself, no one's going to do it for you. And that's one thing that we learned in the U.S.A. Like, you gotta pitch yourself. You gotta be the best you that you can be, because if you don't do it, you can't wait for the next person to say and say, oh, you have an amazing company. I would love to just, I just want to be in your meeting. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. As an entrepreneur, like, we know that, and if you don't know, 75 to 80% of all businesses fail within 3 years. 75 to 80%. So that means that only about 20% actually make it. And it's millions of entrepreneurs. So what makes you stand out from everyone else? They have people and angel investors to say, I want to talk to you. Have people say, you know what, I want to support you. I'll give you my time, my energy. I want to know more about what you're doing. So again, like, this event is just about that, about being authentic. How do you transcend? And how do you thank a person for helping you get to that next level? So each and every one of you here was here for a particular reason. I don't know what it may be. You may not be here to hear me speak. Maybe to connect with somebody. Maybe for you to just think about something with your life that may be something that's going to help you go to being more amazing. But you're here. So again, enjoy the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow, what you're going to do when you get home. But just enjoy the ambiance, the people. Watch the sunset, have another bottle, another glass of wine. But just enjoy yourself, because that's what it's about. I mean, in all aspects, in all honesty, you're already successful. You've already done things that many people have not. Each and every one of us have an opportunity that we are actually taking heed of. Like, we're here, we're showing up. The students here, they decided they didn't show up. So in that sense, you're already a success. The process is more important than the reward. The reward may be coming next year, but who says next year is going to be here for us? So the process, you got to celebrate. Pop a little bottle when you get that first contract. Pop a little bottle when you make a new friend. Enjoy it and celebrate life, because again, you don't know what tomorrow's going to be like. So even though we're striving to be successful and sell our businesses and make X, that's all cool. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it's all about living life to the fullest on your terms. On your terms. And whatever you see success to be, that's beauty. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And that's what success is, beauty. And how you see the world, how you experience it, is all on you. And if you walk down the street like I do every day happy, I can go in my boxes and I moonwalk across the floor, listen to Justin Bieber if I want to. But that's my thing, because that's what makes me happy. And that also makes me a success in my own right. And from where I come from, the statistic says that I was not supposed to be alive. I'd either be dead or in jail by 25. I beat the statistic, because I became an entrepreneur and said that I know that I'm much more than what society intended me to be. And because of that, I'm here inspiring you in a country that I'm not even born in. And I say this with all honesty, I love you guys. The smiles, we hang out all the time, we party, we drink. It's great. So take that as you go, and as you, again, enjoy the rest of the night. And again, like my favorite quote that I give everyone is that your location is not your destination. Your location is not your destination.